sweet team, welcome back to my channel. This is Sweet Ajile and I am back with another recipe: how to bake mackerel quickly in your air fryer. This is very quick, so for those of us that love to add mackerel into our recipes, this is a go-to for us. And trust me, it tastes just like the smoked ones in Ghana. So I begin by clipping the fins and cleaning the mackerel. When I get the mackerel home, I usually clean it with vinegar or lemon and salt water before freezing it. And I leave the fins on there just in case I decide to use it as presentation. But for today, I wouldn't be needing it, so I'll just clip it off and rinse it off beautifully, and then we would season it. Today's special tools goes to Exhibiting Mommy's Recipes, Lord Knows from the USA, and Osahon Asem Water from Nigeria. Thank you so much for always watching, liking, and sharing my videos. Now that our mackerel is nicely cleaned, we're going to go ahead and season it with some salt, which is all that it needs, okay? It doesn't need much when it comes to mackerel fish. Just a little bit of salt will do. At this point, I'm adding just a little bit of oil to rub on the outside of it, just so it doesn't stick to our baking tray. And then we'll twist it and insert the tail part into the mouth, and using a toothpick, we'll lock it up by poking the toothpick from one end of the mouth to the other. So again, you open up the mouth, you put the tail part into the fish's mouth, and then the toothpick locks it up and hold it together just like this. We'll then transfer it into our air fryer bucket, and into the air fryer it goes, and use the manufacturer's setting for your set's air fryer. Okay, mine will bake at 375 degrees for about 10 minutes. I'll flip it over and have it bake for the same amount of minutes on the other side as well. You can increase the temperature if you wish, but this works perfectly. We'll put it back in, as I said, and when we come back, our first method is ready. Okay, ready for any recipe you choose to use it in. And now on to the second method, which we're going to cut into pieces, okay? So first I cut the head part off. You may cut it with some of the meaty part of the fish if you like the head, but I'll be getting rid of the head. So once the head is off, I'll cut the fish in half, and then the two halves I'll cut in half, which ensures that I get as even portions as possible. Then using my thumb or index finger, I'll push out the gut. Now, if it is totally thawed, you won't be able to do this. Thawing it halfway makes it very easy to clean and get all the guts out. Once we're done, we're going to go ahead and give it a good wash with some salt and vinegar water. You can use salt and lemon water. You can use just lemon, just vinegar, or just salt. However you like to clean your fish is totally fine. This time, we'll season it with some all-purpose seasoning. You can still use just salt, but I'm giving you a second option. We'll toss, and allow it to marinate for about 15 minutes before transferring it into our air fryer bucket and frying it at 400 degrees for about 10 to 15 minutes. This gets ready quickly, and I love this. This air fryer have made my life so easy. For those of you that want to know, I picked this up from Costco. It is their brand, and it is super affordable anybody can purchase one. And just like that, our second method is ready. All that is left is for you to use it in the recipes that you love. For our first recipe, we used it in our light soup, and then we used it in our egg stew, and finally another super loaded all nations light soup. If you've enjoyed me to this point, I do want to thank you so very much. Why not let me know where you're watching me from or comment sweet Hemo too, and I'll give you a special too in our next recipe. Until I see you in the next one, stay safe, keep loving each other, and remember that the love of God and family is life's greatest blessing. And guys, ke onamini ochemi sweet mahabotu. Bye y'all.